My fault. Yeah, do that real quick. God bless America. God bless the troops, brother. Make some money today. Looking for about $300 or so. Let's see if anything even comes down to my way. Now, to the upside, I would say, is there any untested fair value gaps? Got a lot of stuff all the way up here, but as far as the order blocks go, you might have this is one. Not a lot of volume. Doesn't really hold a lot of value as much as like something like this would be, or you have a fair value gap into an order block. So shorts up here. We bomb clad. not a fan of like sell, 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 sell. Like it's clearly descending. Um, so a lot of sell side pressure. But if we can break out up here, make a nice move up to here, I would say up to this. We might take profit by right here. A lot of sell side pressure. I wonder if this will get tested here, and if I should take an early entry. And I would definitely take one down here, if you know what I'm saying. So smoking weed does help trading. You know, I could have like 5 Bullinox accounts running different algorithms. Which I might try to do. So I would say after like, you know, a big squeeze, there's a high probability chance it bounces off of this second level here. I'm finding. Um, Again, this one I think might have gotten a reaction. enough for a W, I think. Oh, boys. Wow, what a candle. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. Not sure where the sellers came from. Probably the high here from pre-market session. My guess would be. You know what? I see a tiny fair value gap. Message divergence. I see tiny little fair value gap there, fellas. Doesn't mean anything, no. Could you do a high risk setup? Yeah, you could. Sorry, low risk setup, you could. Type shit. Remember, we don't want to trade. Like, I'm gonna take away the chart and like let's just do something else for the first 45 minutes. You know, what if we learned about like trading bot platforms?
Hi there guys, it's Chris here with SoftwareNewbie.com, and in this video we're going to go through the best AI stock trading software tools currently out there today. Now I've kept this list as comprehensive as possible, narrowing it down to my absolute favorite top 5.
Excel chart trader for overall trend of the day. In a row, this one contract approach, we great trades. The reason why is
QuantView I've heard of.
Hey everyone, this is Austin with QuantView. Today I want to go over a new QuantView NinjaTrader strategy called Leon Grid. What Leon Grid is I had a member come to me with a very detailed printout of their manual trade plan, and he asked me if it would be possible to try to automate it. So after looking at his trade plan, I figured out that it was going to be relatively easy to automate what he was doing, and went ahead and pulled the trigger and started doing it. So in the last couple of weeks we've been working on this. Is Moneyball being over these two, the next one. This is 120. And then so this would be another, we would start getting more entry triggers here because we're in between our threshold. So it's going to come back up, and then we're back to our don't necessarily care if it's correct values. Skip. In here, if you click on the pin button, you can go to this link here.
Let's see what this is about. It's that was weird. Thanks. So okay, so there's a couple here. What is Martingale? Interesting. So they have a bunch of strategies here. Yeah, 2 NinjaTrader automated strategies. Are you kidding me? That's one trade right there. It would have been rule's a rule. Sound of rain. Not bad. So how much is VX9? Per month. Okay. Mm. Mm. Interesting. There's not any reviews on it. All right, we're going hoodied up on this bitch. In this bitch. So right now I'm looking for trading algorithms. You're right with the price. This is very yeah. Well, what the heck, man? Fucking cheap. $100 a month.
let's. How many systems are there? Holy chop. What are people saying in the Discord here?
Order submitted.
Mercedes.
Yeah, you got better reviews. 3.8 stars isn't bad. Days terms are free for all prop firms.
Enter directly via admitted via the Algo entry controller. Trade entry 3, Ninja Web or
Bombaclat. Ah. Oh, yeah, that's a good short there.
Order filled. Target filled.
How easy it is, boys, ladies and gentlemen. See how passive that shit is, man? Oh my god, that's so good. That is so good. This is gonna bounce higher. I could have left that order and I picked that. Perfect entry. Could have got a little bit more out of it if I wanted to. We'll take it, man. We'll take it just to start the day. You can just do another one down here if you want.
Order submitted.
Oh, just missed. Oh. That was off by... that wasn't really on the mark there. These things are so expensive, these automated strategies. I have to just make my own. They just seem scammy. I could have hit an absolute banger, like, holy smokes. Hit a reversal here.
Order submitted.
You already missed it, Bubs.
Order cancelled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order cancelled.
Okay, it's fried. The thing was about that is I kind of wanted to let it ride, but I didn't want my stop right there. But I could tell you what happened. It's just I'm actually want to look for longs. I don't even want a short. I want to look for longs. That was a stupid trade. Price is still bullish, you know. So wait for this 5 minutes to cancel. Or we'll get it back. We'll get it back. Anyways, these trading algos. Trying to find some good ones. I fucked up because I should have had the like right at the break, but I wanted to give it a little bit of room and it got blown, so I basically lost, break even on the day. Would you like me to freak me back?
Order canceled. Order submitted.
Let's see how we do.
Order filled. Target filled.
Holy shit. Honestly, I wanted to get a little bit more out of that, but I'm glad we got that flush. Okay, one more trade and I'm good. I'd like to get one of these accounts to $1,000.
LuxAlgo developer, and they have tens of different indicators available free on TradingView, and they have released LuxAlgo Premium. So I would like indicator in your buy signal, and we take carefully looking to show you this question is should
Our daily live streams start with Mentorship Mondays, where we bring you algorithmic trading, interactive mentoring,
Target filled.
and your questions are answered live. Algorithmic trading, interactive mentoring,
Target filled.
and your questions are answered live. Get hands-on learning with the power of predictive on trading strategy. HMD. Empower your trading with Flowmaster eyes and action-free trading arsenal.
Okay, cool.
Ring to Ethernet, which most people also don't know what token ring is. Like that was around, and organic history, biology, and this guy named Tuan Nguyen. Tuan Nguyen is probably the reason that everybody.
What? It's a pretty crazy drawdown. But I'm curious about some shit. What the much is it? Wow. $5,000 could be worth it. Oh.
good setups. I don't know. Once you've been here, I know you're new to everything, but I think it'll make more sense what I'm saying today later on as you progress through the program and as you watch more live streams, you'll see what I mean. Where it's like, I'm not really waiting around. I'm not doing a whole lot of waiting, other than, I'm not. I don't think anybody sits around and is like, oh yeah, Vinny waits all day for his plays. You know what I'm saying? We just hit 7,800 on the day. Thanks for spending some time on the chats. I hope everybody got a little bit of something from that. And yeah, it's great meeting you guys. I do want to meet one person a day. That's my whole goal. It is 10:43. Thanks for jumping in there. We'll have some more folks here tomorrow. And actually, I might be in this later this afternoon, although I'm going to be trying to really get a lot of the videos cut up today. So that is my main goal, but depending on how things break up, I may have an afternoon session for you guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out there on the live stream here this morning. The bots did 850. I'm up 78.96. On your way out, smash that like button, and I will catch you guys there this afternoon or tomorrow morning, Friday. Don't forget, on Fridays, it's early in, early out. Tomorrow's also the last day for our Labor Day sale, and don't forget, Funded Next has a 24-hour payout policy with a $1,000 guarantee. If they're late, they'll pay you $1,000. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. See you. Here we go, DDSR. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think I just found my guy here.
reversal. 20 at play there. Skipped on this one. This was technically the Enigma audio box to the upside. I'm going to go ahead and label that one because you need to go Google that one. Trap there. No, pull a deep trap there. Let's see here. I might have a 2-try roll. It's a Mega Late Nate. Are they just gonna hand me candy today? It's a Mega Late Nate.
How many con?
Are they just gonna hand me candy today?
It's on micros.
To have a chat with some folks. Get to know some people. Oh, that is a Mega Late Nate. Are they just gonna hand me candy today? It's a Mega Late Nate.
What the? This guy is crazy. I gotta pause this. This guy is trading 16 NQ contracts.
And the 20 out of it. Nope. Pull a deep trap there. Let's see here. I might have a 2-try roll here in a moment.
We have posted out the link to the Wall Street Journal piece. Again, Justice Department issues subpoenas as part of probe into Fed Governor Lisa Cook.
I mean, that looks like a gnarly trap, though. Super AO to the long side, so 8, I have a reversal opportunity.
The 4, you on the 4, you on the 8.
Wall Street Journal, Michigan.
41.
Posted out the video for where Moran.
It's 9, and it's a small, very large. We'll use this time.
NQ on the 8. Double delta.
Huh.
Gartley and Crab Cracks. That helps us out.
Alright, found my guy. see, it's just. Thank you. No idea. Just
Order submitted.
anyone, I guess.
Order canceled.
Nope. Mm. That's the archive. Nice. Good to see.
It's a mouthful. There's quite a confluence there.
BCDMNQ on the 4.
The Supernator.
Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 9.
Go. To make X number of dollars, right? That's what you're truly asking, but you just don't want to ask it that way because you're like, how much do I need to run Enigma? Well, you do have to buy the Enigma, but technically you don't have to buy it either because technically you can do a 2-week free trial. So you could run it with $0. You're asking, can I run Enigma? How much does it cost me to run Enigma? Well, it doesn't cost you anything to run Enigma. So you see how your question is retarded? So why don't you ask what you really mean?
Upper bands touch NQ on the 38.
Here comes S1, and we got a white cross up top.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 89. NQ on the 38.
But it's a Friday, and that is dangerous. This time of day was at 118. Oh, it's Memorial Day weekend. Too, dadgummit. Also, what's the 2-week free trial include? Includes everything. You know what? But you know what? I have, the more I keep getting these kind of questions, it makes me want to not. Like, I literally, we're coming to a point where I'm going to start removing the free stuff. Nobody appreciates free. They think it's free, so they're like, it must not be valuable.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
So very soon you guys are going to see, well, I'm not doing the 2-week free trial anymore. Like, there's just such a level of disrespect around my product, quite frankly, and the system is amazing. But people disrespect it. They don't even come to, like, boot camp is free. They're like, oh, well, it's free. I'm not going to watch it. 2-week free trial? Well, you know, it's free, so I don't really have to put my time into it. Hey, and then they're like, hey, I installed it 2 weeks ago, but hey, can I get some extra time on it? Yeah, because you didn't put any time in it because you didn't put a dime in it. So I would grab that 2-week free trial while it's still there because it's not going to be very soon. We got a huge website overhaul that's coming. Boot camp's going behind a paywall. 2-week free trial is no longer going to be free. Hanging out with me also not going to be free. So I would grab it while you can for all you people who don't have 2 dimes to rub together, but that's probably because there's probably a reason for that. But I have tried to help you. I have definitely tried. But I realize it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You have to have a certain mental mentality to do this, or you need to hang out with the Muppet shows that are just here for entertainment. There's plenty of that. There's Patrick Whelan, there's Pocket Pooper, there's every other YouTube entertainer out there. You don't want to take your trading seriously, you don't have to.
Upper bands touch NQ on the 38. Fib.NQ on the 4. Double delta NQ on the 6.
It costs you nothing to run Enigma. Yeah, and then the people that are doing really well, like Chris AR, like they instantly see the value and they're like, I'm in. You having to still sitting there be, hand coddled and all like, oh, hand wringing about, oh, $148 a month. Fine. I can't wait. I'm going to triple the price, and then you won't be able to afford it. It's awesome. No problem. But yeah, we waste our time answering all these questions. My tech support gets overrun by all of the, like, you won't go through training. You're like, well, let me just go ask a question. I'm going to go ask a question. I don't want to watch 8 videos. Okay. Cool.
Double Delta NQ on the 9.
Yeah, it's not, Trung. No, bro, I saw your... It's not. It's not. Reducing the price is the biggest mistake we ever made.
Fib.NQ.
We just get more of a pain in the ass set of people who are still not going to understand the system anyway. And the people who can afford the system are like, oh, well, it's only X number of dollars, so it must not be good. Yeah, so... A double-edged sword that is mostly cutting. I had to learn that the hard way.
Double Delta NQ on the 4.
We're just trying Discord. Let it try it. We'll do the training. So you just go to the website, algoboxpro.com, and click at the top. It says try it or download it. Oh. They're like, Vinny, but you don't write me 100 emails trying to sell me on it every day either. Yeah, I didn't want to live that way. All right,
Order
DDSR
submitted.
here. Hoping DDSR
Order
is gonna help me
filled.
out. This is one of those Friday creepers. It makes me a little bit nervous here on the Friday. I don't want to be... I'm trying to hold on to that 30K, but it might be putting me back down to 25 here any moment. Yeah, take your time. In fact, take your time. Please don't buy it this weekend. Please don't buy it this weekend. I pray you don't buy it this weekend. Because on Tuesday, the price is going to triple. So please buy it after Tuesday. Take your time. Take your time. Don't buy it. Don't commit. Just wait some more. Wait some more. Wait till it's 3 times the price. Please. Please do that. Don't buy it over the Memorial Day weekend. Don't do it. Wait till the website is beautiful and the boot camp has its own training page and all that. Wait till all that's all done and then pay triple for it. It'll be awesome. My tech support guys will appreciate it. Did we just hang? Okay.
NQ on the 38. Fib.NQ on the 38. Double Delta NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 4. Fib.NQ on the 9.
What's the difference between
No, I'm gonna take my loss. I'm holding on to my 25K. Yeah, I don't know what just went. So we went in right here. We have rocked up over and over here up into S1, and it is one of those Friday drivers. They want to just keep on going with it. It's too dangerous. We got a 5 there. I mean, I want to short this. Like, I'm going to wait till I get a better spot to do it, though. That is a 5-5 split. This should have a massive move down. It really should. I just need good entry. It's bull trap them. Session 1, and our goal here is to take... Give me a red, and I'm going to bunny ear this thing. Give me a red. Thank you. All right, let's see if we get a bunny ear. Half position. The idea is this. We got these wide splitters here, same size, decent amount of distance around them. We've run up pretty big leg. We had big leg up, big leg up.
Fib.NQ on the 38.
Retail should not be looking to get short there at all. So once they're all convinced that we're going long, it's too strong, headshot short, 7-5, short me up.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
We have been in the beginner stuff. We have covered the basics of things, trying to get every and a double delta shift going up at that same time. Remember, we're not just going into 940 to 950 and pressing the button. This is a time filter scenario, something saying, get ready, look for this in this area. Oof. Fire closed and the open still way up there that far. That is a super late Nate. Juice.
That's cool. Definitely the best I've seen.
expecting a pullback here. probably be done.
Target filled.
Nice squeeze. I hit my goal about right. Not bad. I think I'll call it there. Just get these base. Oh, we're still in.
Order filled. Order filled.
Cool.
In this video, we're going to cover the entire installation and setup of AlgoBox Pro for NinjaTrader 8. Alrighty then, let's come on down here into the training window, get right to things. There is going to be a lot covered here. Make sure you are taking notes, pause the video along the way, and make sure you follow all the details as you are getting yourself set up and the installation for this for the AlgoBox. And we got a lot of questions at the very beginning, so I'm going to start from what AlgoBox should look like out of the box once you are installed. I've got a little dev box here going on here, and this is what your setup should look like. There are multiple charts, multiple time frames for a single instrument. So what should come out of the box is at this time going to be ES, and again, you need to make sure that you're on the proper contract month. If you don't know what that is, ask questions over there in the chat box, but you'll see what contract month you are in at the top of each one of these. This is the 0920 contract currently, but again, if you're watching this video at a later time, you might be at a different one, but that is important to note. But this is how your charts should look when they come out of the box. However, when you first set up, if you don't have data feed yet, you will need to get a data feed, and we are going to walk through that part as well. We'll walk through a little bit of that as well. Now, when this is in a compact mode here, some of the buttons look a little bit different, so I'm going to show you what happens as I expand this out. You'll notice it says New and Tools right up here at the top, but if I expand this out, you'll start to see Workspaces, Connections, and Help. Now, again, those can turn into icons, so not to be confused. If I am in future videos clicking on the little connection icon, that is the same thing as Connections. Workspaces, Help, this is where if you are trying to send us your machine key ID, we get a lot of people who are asking, hey, what's my machine key ID? The machine key ID comes from NinjaTrader. You need to go into the help about setups, so that if I'm talking about connections, that if you don't see connections written out there, it's because it looks like this little icon right here. Okay, first place I'm going to go there, go into connections, and I am currently connected to what's called the playback connection. New terminology. If you are looking for the NinjaTrader 7 installation and setup videos, look in the links down below in the description. This is for NinjaTrader 8, but the 7 stuff is going to be in other videos that we have done in the past. Okay, that is referred to as the market replay connection. Now it is called the playback connection. Take that note. Okay, once you are connected to that, you will see this little window up here. Oh, my arrows are terrible tonight. There we go. All right, here in this playback, I'm going to move this around. You can see this little floating window, and you can put this wherever you want. But this is how we control the playback of any date. We can download with NinjaTrader 8. We can download market replay data, or we can use our own historical data. The difference between these two, I want to address this right away after you get installed and after you get installed. Hold with me. I am going to walk through the entire installation, so you're like, wait, I'm not there yet, not installed yet. This is for the people who already have this installed and set up, and they're at this spot hung up. I am going to walk through the entire thing, but hold tight because this is going to be helpful to you. Market replay versus historical data. Two different types, and they both work. You can do market replay, which is now called playback. Again, get ready for the new terminology. Okay, playback, you'll be hearing us use those synonymously in market replay, but they are trying to distinguish between market replay data and historical data. Okay, now they're going to say things like this as your warning. This mode is generally less accurate than using market replay. There's no level 2 market data depth in this mode. That's okay. We don't need level 2 data for that. Don't worry about that. It doesn't matter. We just need the top level, and we'll talk about that later in market replay videos, but I just want to make that note if you were trying to figure out what you got going on there. Okay, I'm going to click back on the market replay. Oops, hopefully this will free me up here. Oh no, it's going to get hung up. I'm going to pause the video here real quick while it flips back. All right, and we're back. And so back and forth between market replay and historical, there's going to be an entire video devoted to showing you guys market replay and how to use that. Just know that there is a nuance between each one. You can play it at high speed up to 1000x normal, or as fast as your computer can go. Those are things that we'll talk about in the market replay video, so make sure and watch that one. Let's talk about the contract rollover month. Big deal. Okay, this I know we talked about it briefly a moment ago. Let's click over here and we get my drawing tool. So right here, please do not be confused, right? This is the 0920 contract. You will need to select the proper contract month. If you don't know what that is, again, go watch some more videos around that. I'll show you guys our archive YouTube channel. You can head on over here, and you need to understand what contract rollover is. Very simple concept around e-minis, but know how to roll over those contracts. Go watch this one. How I approach contract rollover is probably a good video if you are new to futures and don't know what that is. But this should be your setup when you come in to it. Now, one thing you need to know, what data do you have? Because again, right now you are trying to focus on getting your data set up. And yes, I will walk through the install, so hold tight. But right click on this little window, just somewhere in the blank area. I'm going to right click. This little menu comes out, and I'm going to look for this. It says show available data. That way you will know what data you have available to you. Click right here. And again, if you are doing our installation, we should have 40 days of market replay data already in there for you. And if you have a live connection, you'll also have historical data that has shown up on your system as you have been using the markets that is saved local to your PC. You can play on either one of those. So you'll notice that there are some dates back in 2018 here for my current setup. When you were getting this later, again, this could be later dates, but we can roll back any date series that is available in this setup, and you can get more data, and we'll walk through that again in the other stuff. But if you're trying to get set up initially, if your charts are not loading and they are blank, it is because you need data. That is the main objective. If you have problems with any of this, please contact anybody there in our public chat area that can walk you through, or myself, Curtis, or one of the other members will help you get set up, okay? There we go. So this is what it should look like. Let's close out and go to the installation from the beginning. I'm gonna go ahead and save my workspace here, closing this out. Now, people start at different levels. If you already have NinjaTrader and you have AlgoBox installed, I'm gonna walk through that first because you need to uninstall your current version of AlgoBox, all right? If you don't have NinjaTrader, you need to head on over to the NinjaTrader website, ninjatrader.com/download, or just type in download NinjaTrader, okay? You are going to be selecting for this one, we want the NinjaTrader 8 version. Click on download trading software. Both of them will take you to the same location. This is how we download. It's all the same, okay? It's like I just want you to be AlgoBox and T8. This is the your control panel. There's several your hard drive. You have to go through that to NinjaTrader, and you have not ever the left-hand side where it says platform and brokerage, and you do not have around $8 platform and to decide between then do it. Now, some folks who are in Canada, you might have a few questions about that. Again, Canada has some of their own little rules around stuff like this. That is the information as well. Pretty extensive on all of that. Of course, make sure you're familiar with our eMini main chat, where is pretty much finished now. I'm going to go ahead and click on that view my next steps. If you are brand new to our system, you might want to take a peek at this. A lot of folks who are with us for a while already know a lot of this, and we're going to go through these in the video trainings and things. But if you're trying to look to see like, well, what exactly is involved with the core, all right, it's all in your system. Now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to launch my NinjaTrader. I'm going to be being with run as administrator. I can't tell you to be less secure, but there are things like within the system that you're going to need to either be very familiar with your OS or you're going to have problems. Okay. Another thing is firewalls. Okay. We're going to go into your firewall setting, fourth, and kind of security setup, trader through, down, or need to go through. And again, myself or Curtis can try to get you through that, but most of the time I will tend to recommend turning it off for now, at least if you're getting through the installation to get you going. Okay, so here are those blank charts that I talked about from before.
Order submitted.
Go ahead and click on my playback connection to go ahead and connect up. So we'll pause here for a minute, but this is the loading section as you are coming in after you've got the fresh installation. This is what your blank charts will look like, and we need to make sure we've got some data. All right, we're back.
It was right on it.
Now we get to get into some of the other fun stuff. So right up here, we are wanting to talk about color linking. On top of each of these charts, you'll it's in yellow. All right. So these little color squares at the top left of each one of these. That purple one right there. Not gonna talk about this one right now, but this one right here, the purple dot, that can be changed to any color, but this is called color linking. We'll do this in another video going into details about kind of expanding out when you're going from one screen setup to multiple screen setup. This is how you do that. So these are all linked to purple, so that means
order canceled.
These charts. If I want to right click this chart and change instruments from ES over to anything else, whether it is NASDAQ or a Forex or a stock or anything like that, if I want to change it, it's literally going to change on all the charts that are purple. Okay, pretty simple. If I have green ones, so I may want a green section for NASDAQ, I may want a blue section for the Dow, etc. So that when I change those on the market contract rollover or switching any other contract, I don't have to do it on every chart. Very, very handy tool. These are already color linked for you, so that's how we change. Another note, should have talked about this at the beginning. This is for a standard one screen, 1080p setup. If you don't know what that is, so this is kind of an industry standard 1080p. What does that mean? That is if you're using a resolution of 1920 by 1080. Again, today now most people have 4K monitors, but a 1080p is one miniature screen.
Order submitted.
We encourage you to expand beyond this, but we set it up like this, so it comes out of the box for somebody who's got just a very simple beginner setup. 1080p. If you are a veteran, you probably got multiple screens like me. We're just showing this out of the box. It comes like this, but feel free to expand. We'll do other videos. Menus, so colorings, all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to walk through all. Window. NinjaTrader can prevent you from accidentally smashing the button and going live before you want to. Okay, again, keep this on until you're deep into our program. Technically speaking, if you run through our entire program, it's 120 days that we estimate that it's going to take for somebody to get through the entire thing from a brand new beginner. Again, some people are faster, some people are slower, depending on where you are in your career. Okay, but we want to uncheck this when you're ready to go. A lot of people. Okay, I'm going to click on option, change in the future, but of these. This, and if you can play, but this one, there are some pretty neat colors with NinjaTrader 8 there. Really helps on the eye stuff. But behind us, okay, next automated trading stuff. I never really mess with this. Don't know what this stuff is particularly. Once you are live, you want to change this default account to your live account. Okay, those. Uncheck the first three. There you go. All right, you guys are smart folks. Non-default. Click on that. All right, so once you get to this point, you are pretty much replay data connection. Let's talk about connection setups. If you are doing the 2-week free trial, you'll need to come over here, click on disconnect. Okay, so I'm clicking on the connections, disconnect, and I'm going to click on configure to set up a new one. All right, so start up here. See how there's nothing on it? This little F button is important. I'll show this in some other videos, specifically on making adjustments to your chart. But if anything kind of shows off and it goes off your screen, you're like, what happened? That F button, I don't know what it specifically stands for them, but it's the fix it button. All right, fix it, fix it. All right, auto fix. Click it, boom. All of a sudden, it adjusts. Some things like this too. If your chart gets all squeezed up, auto fun into in. So here is our window for configurations. If you're doing the NinjaTrader stuff, you will be on NinjaTrader Continuum. This is etc. Continue in my list now of for Mary. You will receive an email. Put a TV trial in there. Still check it. If you're not, uncheck it.
Pretty damn cool.
entry and
This is going to be video number 1 of our 3-part series. Don't forget, trading is risky. Make sure you understand all those risks before you get involved. This video is going to be focused right here on your first 40 days as you are coming into our program. The next 2 videos in the next 3-part series is going to be those of you who are shifting into the middle 40 days and the final 40 days before you go live. Let's start right here. If you are coming into the first 40 days, the majority of the time here is going to be spent in training. We're going to be learning all of the individual strategies, not necessarily practicing in this section, but the majority of this is going to be learning, and that has to do with taking notes. I really encourage people to take notes and really making your, that is my thing, and video properly. If you're coming in right now with us, you'll be over here on, again, we're kind of coming into this transition phase here when you small account challenge 2021 talking about. There's that before, but once a week platform by the to really use that muscle memory. 40 days on page the gold line, know the through, and then I want you to do the first 10 days of it about market things like, okay, maybe your now session 1, and our goal here is to take what is normally our 40-day program to condense it, get you started as quickly as possible. We are a multi-time frame algorithmic day trading platform. We have 2 primary filters. We are looking for structures plus RTOFA events. Okay, so if you get lost on something, hop in with us on a Mentorship Monday. Come bring your questions. On a Friday is where we cover most of the advanced level questions. Let me play this quick video here for you.
Our daily live streams start with Mentorship Mondays, where we bring you algorithmic trading, interactive mentoring, and your questions are answered live. Get hands-on learning with these quant trading tools engineered to give you an unfair edge over other traders who don't have AlgoBox on their trade stations. Discover the power of predictive auto harmonics. Utilize trading robots to quantify and react even in fast market conditions. Learn all our quant trading strategies such as the DCDM, HMD, and the dynamic game-changing order flow system, the Alpha Omega. Empower your trading with Flowmaster's advanced real-time audio and visual order flow analysis features that auto trade opportunities. Free trade room. Add the success is a see you.
And I do recommend, if you wanted to kind of like binge watch a series of live streams, probably go check out the playlist there for Mentorship Mondays. Click the download button and you can go get your 2-week free trial. So if you haven't done that as we're going through the boot camp, make sure you get this installed. I'm going to walk through the installer here in just a moment. So maybe go pick it up here real quick, get it installed, and that way you can follow along with the tool sets. Here's our cool daily tracker. This is free to use. There's no strings attached to this.
You can go and download this right now. This is really
Order
neat. Over here
canceled.
on the left, you just fill in the Excel spreadsheet each day with your P&Ls, and then it will kind of give you this neat little GUI tracker over here on the right, kind of show you some neat little
Order
stats there
submitted.
if you like that. It's more of a visual enhancement. Sometimes just tracking something can make you better at it. I saw one of our members, Gardy, actually just mentioned the other day, he's talking about his push-up challenge, and he said even if you just track something, you become better at it. We believe the same. There's that cool daily tracker there. All free tools there available for you just for being a part of our community, regardless of whether you end up purchasing and joining with the AlgoBox officially or not. These community tools are yours up there in the software free community tools section. If you want to download the full AlgoBox, there's the link right there. Fill that out. This is what you should be doing here if you are getting in with our 2-week free trial. And at the top of the website, if you click on Docs, D-O-C-S, and this will take you to our documentation area. We will be providing a link for you to get to this AlgoBox GPT, but it does exactly what you think it might do. It's completely trained on all of our documentation, all of the transcripts that I have done in our trainings and teaching videos. How do I know if a DCDM is a reversal, or a DCR, or a continuation? That might be a good one. When do I remove the gold line? You might have some of those questions. Can I skip the first entry and still play the DCDM? I don't know. Let's click that real quick, and let's let AlgoBox GPT come over here and kick out the answers for you. Another tool that you'll have in the arsenal for searching for things in AlgoBox itself. Okay, so getting into the documentation, all this is here. It is organized by category because you're like, well, I don't know what questions to ask. So that's what we're here for. Where are we starting here? Let's go all the way back to the 2-week free trial. Questions that are brought up in lesson 1, I try to answer in lessons 2. Lesson 2, I'm going to get answered in lesson 3. Lesson 3, answered in lesson 4. Lesson 4, lesson 5, etc. Okay, so as we get down to the end, we're always going to be kind of overlapping questions as we go. Our 120-day program. So this is the original OG. This is what we kind of plan for someone who we are going to take you from 0 to hero inside of the AlgoBox trading system. We've got it broken into 40, 40, 40. Now, this plan is not just going away, okay? This is still standard plan. If you love the bootcamp idea and you're, an advanced level trader, or you're one of those people who can pick up on things really fast and you're fine in the bootcamp and you're ready to go. If not, that's okay. The original plan is still to take 40 days to go through full training, deep dive, repetition, seeing things in depth, understanding how and where and all of that. Now we're going to go over that here in our boot camp, but it is not going to be as in depth, obviously, as the stuff that has been there for forever. The original creations of things, all of that, where it came. You want to see how the sausage is made. This is in the main program of the 120-day program. 40, 40, 40 broken down here. I'm not going to go into every detail on this, but go check this out in the 120-day section if you are new with us. Here's generally the guideline of how things are broken down inside of the 40, 40, 40 and what the sections are that are broken up there. This is a quick video walking you through that, and then we have a little bit of a longer video going down here for each of the sections on those days. And so this boot camp, while it is, there are going to be 4 days afterwards that I want you to come and spend with me in the live sessions, Monday through Thursday, because it will be 4 days. Fridays are a little bit of wash. You guys will hear my rules on Friday, early in, early out. We're just tapping away, pop, and then go. Sometimes I'm just turning on full auto, letting it run for a few hours, and I'm out for the day. But we have that early in, early out rule that you guys will learn. We talk about on Fridays. We talked a little bit about what AlgoBox is, and there's some summaries there around some of the stuff there. 2-week free trial, we covered that. AlgoBars. So let's talk about AlgoBars. Why AlgoBars? We have 2 different bar types that we use here. We do not use time-based bars. So you might be confused, like, what are these bars? These are weird. These are interesting. Hopefully you think they're interesting. I have a whole video on why time charts are useless. AlgoBars are showing you things that are going on inside of those minute and second bars. There are patterns inside of patterns. And when you look at fractals of markets, you want to see things divided into segments, and the AlgoBars unlock that. And they give some advantages because there are actually 2 bar types inside of AlgoBars. There is a normal bar, and then there is a shift bar, what I call a shift bar or an engulfing bar, to make a change with a tail on it. This creates the beautiful structures that you see for us to be able to see things that others cannot see. We also use range bars is the other advantage that we have. Range bars are always going to be the same from top to bottom, always the same size. So let's talk about like a 10 range bar would be 10 ticks top to bottom no matter what. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean the color, but from top to bottom, this is going to be 10 ticks. Okay, now ticks. Let's actually talk about what is a tick. Tick values I'm going to hit these briefly. Now, our system does work on stocks, futures, forex, crypto. Our system works on anything with a data feed that provides order flow. Let's do the nerd first. NQ.
This is could be really good.
And the Dow. $5. Just take a screenshot of this, come back to it, look at it later. Don't get lost on it. Most of the stuff that we're doing right here, this is mostly we're playing $5 per tick markets. Gold and crude are going to be $10 per tick. And ES is the big dog at $12.50 per tick. Range bars, 10 ticks from the top to the bottom of the bar. So on one of these, you can measure out exactly how much the value is. So if it's NASDAQ and it's 10, so it's 5 times 10, one bar is worth $50. And let's say you enter here and you're looking long, you buy it here and then you sell it up here. The distance between here and here, let's say that it was 5 ticks. So if you entered here and you closed here to here, and you made 5 ticks, it would be 5 times 5 is 25 for one contract. So you make $25, basically predicting that the market would, if you entered in right here and you closed it right here, you're a winner. Your take home is $25 because of this whole concept of $5 a tick on the NASDAQ, right? That same thing if you were trading crude oil and it went 5 ticks, right? Times 5, you would have made $50. Okay, so we have algo bars, we have range bars. Don't get lost on that. We'll talk about how to adjust those as we get into the optimization section. Audio box, we touched on that briefly. This is like a tick strike product that allows you to hear the size and speed of the orders on the tape. This is like sitting in the pit and hearing all the pit noise. Again, inside of our strategies, we're combining two things, and we kind of call these the 2 pillars of AlgoBox for any of our trades. First thing is trade nothing alone. So trade nothing alone and our 2 pillars. All right, structure, things like channels, wedges, and mostly in our case, we're all about the harmonics. The complex structures that are hard for most traders to draw by hand. If you've ever tried to draw harmonics by hand, good luck. Now, when we get one of these structures and we combine it with RTUFA, this is commonly referred to as order flow. So I get one of these, I get a structure plus an R2FA event. I'm like, sweet. And this quantifies as a strategy entry. A strategy entry must contain these 2 pillar elements. Let me give you a brief look at what those might be. In our system, you'll get one of these cheat sheets, and you might break them up into 2 like I've done here. Some of these things on the cheat sheet, as you start to learn them, are not necessarily entries. You will find things that are specifically entries. Even the ReadyDD that's up there at the top. A ReadyDD by itself is not an entry, but when we combine them in a group of 3s, for instance, that might be an area where I'm looking for a trap and then into a Titanic zone. But don't get lost on any of that. Just know that when you see me doing these on live streams, everything is in combinations. Well, we take the most powerful studies and then also our own proprietary studies and combine them together. Hopefully everybody has heard of the Enigma. So the Enigma is a combination, RTUFA and structure, and just a lot of really cool components, really cool things inside of the Z-axis that are combined. We don't talk about everything. That's why we call the Enigma it's enigmatic. We're not going into all the components, but just know that the Enigma is one of those few things that can be used alone, but I still think that you should use them in combination with a couple of other things. You're going to learn about our directional bias filters and our simple strategy, what we call our 2-step entry strategy, where we're looking for the direction filter, bias, 1, 2, our MACV arrow filter. And when those 2 match, so if they're both red, looking for a short. If they're both green, I'm looking for a long. And then what kind of long am I looking for? One of these off the cheat sheet. Full stop, pause right there. I just taught you everything you need to know about AlgoBox right there. That's it. I told you it wasn't that hard. 2 things. And remember, each of those cheat sheet entries there is a combination of a structure and an order flow event. And I'm going to draw them for you on your screen so that you can react to them. And I'm going to teach you where your stops go as well. Stops are 3 types mostly: dot, box, cross. Dot, box, and cross, and on occasion a triangle, but basically a shape on your screen, and the occasional ReadyDD where you want to put them behind the text, which still forms a type of cross, so I still combine and call that a cross. Don't worry, don't get lost. We're going to go through all these things. I just want to hit on them for if you've seen this in the live streams, this is going to make a lot more sense to you. Mentorship training, we already talked about the 120-day program. The trade room is free. Other places charge you for their trade room. We're a free trade room. Like, oh, where's the catch? Free training videos and daily live streams. Let's go to installation setup. Our system is highly compatible with trader funding programs because of the way that we implement full auto, where you have full control over the button controls if you are using the Enigma Dream Panel pack, for instance. So I'm going to pull up the Dream control programs, the installation. Where's the catch? Free training videos and daily live streams. Let's go to installation setup. Our system is highly compatible with trader funding programs because of the way that we implement full auto, where you have full control over the button controls if you are using the Enigma Dream Panel pack, for instance. So I'm going to pull up the Dream Panel one more time. So I'm going to type in Dream Panel. This is normally Platinum members only. Trying to get to our cool little visual there. There we go. Yeah, so because of the way that we've implemented this, where you have full control over turning this on and off at any given moment, there is a semi-auto and full auto feature there. The way that our full auto is implemented, you should not have an issue. I have not heard of any of them coming to us and saying we're not compatible with AlgoBox. BOW, you guys will hear me talk about this a lot when you're going into full auto. Backtest, optimize, walk forward, and Monte Carlo simulations, all inside of NinjaTrader, all included. Anyhow, NinjaTrader, I can go on and on about why NinjaTrader is the best. There's a whole thing on it if you go to VinnyEmini.com, there's all the reasons we use NinjaTrader. Go through that list, VinnyEmini.com, scroll to the bottom where it says reasons we use NinjaTrader, and you'll see what I'm talking about there. How to install NinjaTrader. Let's walk it through.
Welcome. In this guide, we'll walk you through the steps to download, install, and set up NinjaTrader 8 on your PC. And your down Trader.
Who are asking, we haven't got staff. Takes to.
That's it. You've successfully set up NinjaTrader 8.
All it takes to get NinjaTrader installed. If you have any issues with it, do let us know. We have a full tech support staff. Let's talk about how to do that. Top of book level 1 is all you needed. Yeah, so people who are asking, we haven't got to the data feed part yet, but to answer the question that came through there, you only need top of book. You do not need to pay for level 2 either. So why might you need multi-broker? Multi-broker is if you want to be connected to futures and stocks at the same time. They do have an upgraded thing for that. And I have multi-broker personally so that I can do stocks and futures at the same time. But you can just disconnect and then reconnect to the other. You can do that. You can also run the connection on 2 different machines. So, you know, there's workarounds for multi-broker as well. You don't have to have multi-broker. Now, with trader funding programs, you might be running multiple trader funding programs. And if you're using our trade copier and copying across multiples and you got multiple connections, you know, there's all kinds of things around that that you may or may not want to do. After you've got NinjaTrader installed, now we need to download the zip file. So we do have an executable, but it's inside a zip file. Now, don't be confused by if you have been around NinjaTrader for a while and you know about their whole like import process. We do not do that. We have a full installer inside, so please unzip the file that you download from us. You're going to download it, unzip it first. Inside, you will find an executable. Talk about if you already have AlgoBox installed, you do need to uninstall old version. Uninstall your current version of AlgoBox. You do not need to uninstall NinjaTrader, but uninstall your current AlgoBox to install a new one. Download the latest. So we are on version 10 something right now as of today's date. Of course, if you're watching this video later on, this could be, you know, later versions. Okay, so first thing, we want to unzip the uninstaller, and then we want to run the installer. Okay. There, once you bypass the little blue screen that says, hey, do you trust this executable? Your prompt will look like this. Next, finish, pretty much, except when we get to this screen right here. There are only 3 options here, but in the current one, you've got like 4 options. There is also now the Enigma Platinum Dream Pack option. Okay, probably select that one if you are going through a 2-week free trial, fully unlock everything, play with all the good stuff, all the goodies. You may as well use the bottom option there. So you'll probably want to install the works. You know what I'm saying? So this is really the only selection option through the install. Otherwise, the rest of it is next, finish all the way through. But this one right here, select the radio option at the bottom to unlock all of the features. Okay, now once you launch NinjaTrader, this is an important step. You are going to get a question that says, do you want to authorize this add-on? You'll see AB, it stands for AlgoBox. AB licensing help menu. Do you want to update your server definitions? Make sure you press yes. And sometimes it might say yes to all depending on what we've installed, depending on what pack you've done. Select yes to all right here to allow and authorize AlgoBox as the add-on inside of NinjaTrader. Make sense? All right, step 8, connect your NinjaTrader market data and enjoy AlgoBox default workspace. So when you launch, your screen should look something like this. And you're probably like, oh, that's a lot going on there. Don't worry, that's what we're here for. I'm here to walk you through all things going on inside of your charts. Okay, we got 5 charts. Up here at the top left, we have what we call the tide, the wave. These are kind of in reference to water. Now, right here in the center, we kind of call this our primary filter. This section right here. So this is the final filter before I'm going to execute on one of these 2 charts over here on the right. These 2 charts on the far right are what we call the ripple charts. So in the arena of water, if you're thinking about the tide, that's the biggest, the swelling of the waters. The wave is like out at the beach, a wave that might be coming down. Even though the tide is rising, the wave might be coming down. So sometimes you can get the tide rising and the wave coming down. And if you're surfing the wave, which is what we're kind of doing, we're playing the game, we want to ride that wave, right? So now this one is the question mark. We're like, okay, well, what should I be? This is going to be kind of neutral. Maybe we'll go with an orange here, like question mark. What is it? And as we come out of this side, I'm either going to have a bias. Now we might have a neutral bias because sometimes we do. We're like, okay, we're currently neutral. And then I will allow the next thing. So we can have 3 things come out of this. We can have neutral, long, or short bias coming out of our filter. Okay, so now once I have that bias filter ready to go, I have already decided. I want to have this decision already made for me. We have a whole video around, it's called stalking the trade. I want to stalk it to execute on the trade. Whatever this color is, this is my bias direction for that time. My best plays are going to be in the direction of whatever my decision has come out of after we come through this filter, and I'm going to teach you guys how to use this. But this becomes down to that simple 2-step thing. What's the nerd? Is it green? Cool, green. What's the arrow? Is it green or red? When they match, I've got a match, and now I know what's coming out of this area. And then I also want to make sure I'm outside of the fiddle zone, which we'll also talk about that comes from this area. All of that filtering comes off of this chart right here, right before I make the decision on pressing the buttons on one of these 2 charts. And I'm going to go into details on how I decide between these 2 charts right here. So these are our entry charts. So you'll hear me refer to these as the entry charts or the ripple charts. Okay, they're both ripples. They're called the entry ripple charts. There is a big and there is a small. So big, it's exactly what it sounds like, slightly larger time frame. So this one, for example, this is a 6 algo bar. So down here is a 2, and this is adjustable. We do change this depending on, we'll teach you about gear shifting as we go through our training there to know, like, hey, is this at good speed? We use our speedometer. We rely on the speedometer to tell us, hey, do we have good speed right now? Is it good speed? Is it great speed? Is it too fast? Is it too slow? And we've got some tips on that, and it will actually show you that in the psychology module to know whether I'm going to enter in on a big or a small. But this really just comes down to which one does it show up on. If it shows up on the big, then I may want to use the big ATM. And so you'll see pre-programmed here coming out of your default, you will have a big ATM or bigger. That one's big, and hopefully this one says small. Oops, bad screenshot here. I blame myself. This should say small, and most of the time that's gonna say small right there. So you'll have big ATM, small ATM, and this just has to do with pre-programmed targets that are there for you. Now, the ATM stands for Automatic Trade Management. Now you'll hear them refer to in NinjaTrader, it says ATM strategy, not to be confused against one of those overused terms. Strategy is like, oh, there's auto strategy, there's actual strategy, there's AlgoBox strategy, and now there's this ATM strategy. Man, strategy is just overused. I get it. Follow along with us. We'll put this all together as you get into live streams. Trust me, I'm just hitting in the details here, getting into the nitty gritty of all this. Don't get overwhelmed by it. It's natural as you start to get through stuff. Okay, so after you got everything installed, watch the most recent updates and features video on the AlgoBox official YouTube channel to see what's new. Technical support. Let's talk about how you get tech support. Over there on the left-hand side of Discord. It's real simple. This is one of the best tech supports. You might be like, well, I've never used Discord before. Once you have done this, you will wish everything else in your life was this easy. But the simplicity of coming over here, opening a ticket, basically go into Discord, click on open a ticket, it will open up. It's like opening up a little room that's only you and the tech support, and you can put in screenshots and back and forth, and you are live interacting with them. It's not sending an email and waiting for them. Our guys will do white glove service for you, get everything installed and set up for you, and if you're having any issues, get you all caught up there. Tech support is awesome if you have any issues. Or now, what's our new thing? Let's ask AlgoBox GPT. We're going to get you guys a link to this, and off is quick. If you are in a trader funding program, I'm not going to go over every trader funding program's install setup. However, I'm going to show you something real quick here. If I type !Rhythmic, we've got a lot of commands and things that will help you very quickly, get you going on, especially the most common setups and things. So make sure you turn on allow plugins on launching Rhythmic. Also make sure your connection NinjaTrader that has plugin mode turned on. Use only one data connection, not two. Make sure you launch RTrader before launching NinjaTrader. This has to do with the whole Rhythmic setup. If you guys have seen this before, we've got some information set up to get that connected. Now, don't be overwhelmed if you are like, I don't know what he's talking about here. Just know this is what you need to know. When you get NinjaTrader and you get AlgoBox installed, but you do need to talk to the platform to get your platform connected to data. And data is coming for the futures market is coming from the CME. Which leads me to my next thing, compatibility with PCs. Again, generally, faster the PC, the better. Our system can work down as low as on an i5 machine, as long as, there's some caveats to it. Go into our room and type !performance before you get going. And we cover this stuff in the first series of videos, but I'm going to cover it right here, right now. Type !performance. This is going to kick you out a couple of videos here to tune your PC. I don't care what PC you're on. Make sure you go through all of these. Now, mind you, I know that you have to be on Windows because that's all we're compatible with. You have to have Windows. Now, for the Macintosh people, you guys, if you've got one of those fast machines, I know some people are like, I just bought the highest end Mac. Okay, fine. Run Parallels on it, okay? Run Windows Parallels. It has to have Windows in order to run NinjaTrader and the other stuff. So we do require NinjaTrader. And then maximizing your CPU for speed. Another great video right here. Just do the stuff in both of those videos. But if you have any issues with that, again, we have full tech support and we'll get you videos on any of that kind of stuff. If you're having performance issues, just ask in the chat and somebody will get you a video link. You can also use a reduced workspace as you do your installation and setup. There are multiple workspaces. Let's go through some of those. Let's go to our workspaces here. And so when you do your install, if you click on workspaces in NinjaTrader, if you're having some performance issues, go over there and run the light edition. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Now, the one that I like to use when I'm on my own, not in a live stream, I love this 20 chart layout. The 20 chart, this is 5 charts per instrument, all 4 instruments loaded up on a 4K screen. But if you want to go enjoy what I generally look at here, where I've got all 4 correlated instruments and I see all 5 charts, all 5 time frames for all of them, that's right there. The other neat one is the 4K light right there. That's going to give you the flag layout that we talked about earlier. Oh, that's this one. So the flag layout times 4. So you got 3 times 4 gives you 12 charts versus this one right here where it's like, all 5 of the order of operations levels, so take your pick on that. But yeah, if you are having any performance issues, definitely ask our tech support and we'll get you directed to some resources for how you might want to look at that before you go buying a new machine. Another thing is we kind of have a thing showing you how to create a brand new profile on your PC. Start with a brand new clean profile, use it just for NinjaTrader. So here on your workspaces, what this is showing to not do is don't have 2 workspaces open at the same time. This is generally a performance thing, although you'll probably see sometimes I do have multiples open at the same time. I've got a full auto one running and like maybe my normal one running. If your PC is running fast, look, I got a 14900 top end KF, 14900 KF. If you're running fine with multiple workspaces, awesome. But please, in general, if you're struggling, having issues, your PC's not really keeping up, then don't run multiple workspaces at the same time. Sometimes there's one running in the background you don't know about. Just make sure you don't have 2 workspaces open at the same time. That's what that is right there. If you are using our current workspaces, I always recommend that you kind of save your own and don't save it as the same name, because if you do, the next version that we put out there for you will overwrite yours. So don't name it the same thing. So maybe write AlgoBox Standard JP or Plutonium, or maybe put your initials on it if you want to, or name it whatever you want, like whatever your main workspace is. Just do a save as and save it somewhere. Any customizations that you've done. As each install comes out, I will let you know on each install if there are things that will stop you from using your old workspaces or not, or the prior. I can only guarantee the prior workspace. I can't go if you're like 5 versions behind or something. I can't I can't guarantee that that's going to work for you, but generally if you are 1 version behind, that's probably not going to be an issue in general. There is a full video here on the compilation video for all AlgoBox workspaces and how and why and when you might use each one of those. Okay, yes, you only need level 1 data. So if you are going to NinjaTrader and they're like, hey, well, which one do I need? Do I get the CME pack? Yes, the base CME pack for data. If you're going to NinjaTrader and asking them what is required from us, what are we trading in general, we need NASDAQ, ES, R2Y, and the Dow, right? If you have those 4 on the nerd, you're fine. If you want to add crude oil and gold, talk to the broker. Again, every one of them works differently on how they package those together depending on what broker. As long as it's a compatible broker with NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader, of course, bought Tradeovate, and there are other compatible brokers along with them, and there's a lot of trader funding programs out there, and each of them has their own way of how they connect data and what they're going to include in their data packs, where they include gold. Some of them don't include gold and crude. Some of them will include the FDAX, the Euro, the Yen. Just work with them how you want to do that. If you're following along with us, again, what I would recommend, what I use is the nerd plus crude oil and gold. If you're getting an error message that your license expired when you just did the install, just go ahead and open up a tech support ticket. You need to practice doing that anyways. Come over, open up a tech support ticket, but it should be working out of the box. Just do the 2-week free trial, install it. It'll work for 2 weeks by default. And then at the end of the 2 weeks, about 3 days before, it'll start warning you saying, hey, you got 3 more days on your trial. Hey, don't forget that 2-week free trial offer. And if you want to get that, we'll be sending you out an email that you can just reply to it and say, deal. If you reply deal, D-E-A-L, to our 2-week free trial offer emails, you're going to be getting those there. Speaking of questions, if you're ever wanting to know, like, hey, you know, how am I doing? Do I really know everything? There are tests and quizzes. Let's go to AlgoBox Academy. Test your knowledge in the AlgoBox Academy. 40 questions, 40 answers, you know, their whole thing with 40. So go down here, make sure you can answer all these. If you have completed all of our training, you should know what this is. Name this strategy setup. Let's test you guys who are here. See how many people have been here a while with us. What's this one called? This is our basic #1 strategy. What's this one called? Type it there in the chat while I grab a sip of water here. What do we have here? The headshot. That's right. Lots of folks, they know. The headshot long. That's right. That is a headshot. Yes, you should be able to answer all these. What's that one? Double dot. What's that one? Maybe a little trickier. What about this one? Second one. Quiz question. What is this one called? Got a fun name. That one called Moonshot. That's right. Can't get nothing past the trade vertex. Okay, so yeah, tests and quizzes. You should be able to answer all these by the end of the session. Now, you're not going to answer all these today. Like, what's that? You're not going to know what that is. Okay, if you are brand new with us, you're like, what's that? You'll learn. We're going to get to those. Let's make sure we cover the rest of our items here. But just so you know, you're like, well, how do I know if I know what I know? We'll have some of those in our courseware as well. So everything that's coming in here into the boot camp will also be incorporated into a courseware setup that will have tests and quizzes along with it. That is coming. Hardware. Let's bring over some fun stuff here. So I'm going to bring you guys onto my desk. I'll make fun of my dirty desk here. There's my printed sheet. You guys can print one of these out. Go into the tips and tricks section if you want to print out one of these and those Trump coins. I think I got them off of Amazon. But I wanted to show the keyboard. So the keyboard that I recommend, this is the K55 to use. This is the ultimate mouse. Like, don't argue with me about it. Once you put one of these in your hand, you'll understand. Everybody's like, no, my mouse is better. I get it. Everybody's like got this thing with their mouse, but you do not understand. So do I. And I am telling you right now, the greatest mouse in the world, the G300S, if you can still get one, if you can get your hands on one, I would suggest you get one before like Logitech is completely out of them. They have stopped manufacturing them now. I'm going to show you guys how awesome they are. Now, I can show you guys how to get these little stickers on your G keys on the left on the Corsair K55. And yes, I do recommend splitting them out, not doing like, well, it's not matching. It's not Logitech and Corsair. Yes, I want separate processing for my keyboard and my mouse. I don't want my refresh rate from my mouse also working off the same refresh rate from my keyboard. No, I don't want them both in Logitech, handling it all in one DLL. Don't get me started. Keep them separated. All right, get your Corsair going. K55, yes, it's wired. Let's talk about why you might want to do some of those and how you can make sure you got the right one. So I'm gonna come over here into our Discord and there are some commands to kind of see these in case you forget what they are. So if you type in perfect mouse in the room, exclamation mark perfect mouse, you'll see this bad boy right here, Logitech G300S. Take you a screenshot. Go ahead and find one of these on eBay or wherever those are sold. Pick one up. Now, this is the K55, K57, or the K55. They are both wired options. Now, it does have a wireless option, but it's rechargeable. That's why it's better. So it does have wireless. If you're just obsessed with it, don't do one with batteries. One that has a cable that can connect it to charge it. So this one has both options. The K57 is a wireless option along with it, but it is a wired wireless. So rechargeable internal. Different. If you don't know what I mean, just trust me, bro. Get it. What do we want it for? Mainly having these keys on the left is a huge game changer with being able to quickly manage positions. Now, you're probably thinking, if you're a one contract trader, this isn't going to mean a lot to you, but just trust me, you should practice these things. Even if you're not a size trader yet, you will be at some point. All right, this is the best keyboard that there is. Use a membrane-based keyboard. You won't go back. I'm not going to say just trust me, bro. But okay, I'm going to say it. Just trust me, bro. Get it. You won't go back. You'll love it. Yes, the glowy mouse thing. Let me show you something cool, too, about this software for this. Okay, they don't make software like this anymore, folks. This software is so cool. Okay, this is your mouse. Look at the little glowy thing. Just look at it. It's glowing at you. Very cool. Okay, so now I'm going to come down here and look at that. Like, just even the animations, like, just, I mean, they don't make it like this anymore. All right, let's go back to the homepage. Look at that. Ooh. Ooh. This is amazing. This is an awesome piece of software that they did for this. Here are all my current bindings. The one that's trickiest, see this? I got Control and Shift and Print Screen all in one button right there. So if I need to repeat last screenshot, so if you are taking a screenshot, and this one's actually, so I got a screenshot button, and then if I want to repeat that screenshot, so I take a section, I take the screenshot, and now little finger and go click, click, and I can take multiple screenshots along while a trade is progressing, and then I can turn that into a Giphy later, or multiple screenshots of the entry of the chart to the end of the chart. This mouse is awesome. It is also, it's ambidextrous, so you got no excuse not to use it. The buttons that are on the top, these are your most dexterous fingers on top. All these have little parts. I'm not going to go into all hotkeys here tonight. We'll save that for another night, but this is the mouse. If you're not using this, I'm going to give you a hard time. There's that. We talked about the keyboard, talked about the mouse. Financial Juice. Other tools you need to have. This is Financial Juice. Everybody's using Financial Juice. This is the go-to. They are awesome. They do a really great job with so that's Financial Juice. Your startup in the mornings that you have that nearby. Another one here is Snagit. Save yourself some time. Just spend the $39 for Snagit. It is awesome. It's got a history buffer on your screenshots. Do not, and I repeat, do not use the default screenshot utilities on Windows. Get a real screenshot utility. Snagit is number one. Number two, if you want the free version that is close to this one, it's called ShareX. The other one that you need in your arsenal. ShareX, screenshot utility. Do not use the defaults. Okay? Just please don't. You need to be able to quickly make quick changes, markup, save, store, retrieve. Pictures are worth thousands of words. Don't let them go by. You need to review your tape, and screenshotting is an important part of what we do. Okay, so over here on the AlgoBox official channel, this is the boring stuff, but the stuff you gotta know. Okay, every one of these, the Richie, the Turtle, the Plover, Alpha Omega Continuation, Recency is Key, the Piercer, we actually went over that one in our live stream earlier today. The Masher, what's the Masher? PRZ cross entries, double dot, the 2-try rule, harmonic PPRZ ladders, hold of the opposing signal. How about the audio box? Let's talk about audio box real quick. I know I described it as tick strike, but maybe some people are not aware of it. Let's play this. This is a major feature. And we're going to talk about the Flowmaster audio box. Large sellers, boom, boom, boom. Buyers, clack, clack, clack. Are you ready? Only 59 seconds. Let's do it. Yep. Okay.
Flowmaster Audio Box generates two distinct sounds, a higher pitched clack when big buyers enter the market, and a lower pitched boom for institutional size sellers. These sounds make it easy to identify market moves. Add Flowmaster Audio Box to any instrument you trade on NinjaTrader for real-time order flow analysis. Simply turn it on, wait for about 30 seconds for the data to accumulate, and you'll you'll start hearing live market activity. You can customize the buyer and seller sounds using your own .wave files. Also, use the test audio button to ensure everything's working properly. Configure your settings for optimal use. You can adjust visuals and button placement to fit your chart preferences, enhance your trading with Flowmaster AudioBox, and make the market come alive with sound. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
All the lessons there. We're continuing to add to those lessons as we go. That brings me to the syllabus here. This is a syllabus. You want to print this out to those lessons as we go. That brings me to the syllabus here. This is a syllabus. You want to print this out, hang it on your wall, make sure you know all these things. If there's something
Our daily live streams start with Mentorship Mondays, where we bring you algorithmic trading, interact.
on here that you don't know. This might be a good thing to go and type in the new AlgoBox GPT, or go to regular GPT and say, can you please tell me about AlgoBox, and then fill in the blank. Make sure you write the word AlgoBox first, because GPT is aware of most of our systems there for you. Okay, all the stuff, putting it all together in the bottom section, the entry and exit strategies in the center, and the tools and settings details explained, broken down there. This is the full syllabus of all the stuff that you're going to learn going through our program. That right there concludes session 1. Make sure you watch session 2. Don't forget, tomorrow morning I'll be here with you for our live stream. I'll be trading again with you. We'll get our 5 trades plus a bonus there in the morning. Thanks for hanging out. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis G, and Eddie B, I am sitting out in the Big H-Town. See ya. Don't go yet. Make sure to stay tuned. Art team, show these fine folks how it's done.
The old adage where, you know, the individual investor doesn't have a chance because the institutional investor has better technology, better information, and, you know, more money and better opportunity, I don't think it's real anymore. I think the edge is on the individual investor because they're small, they're nimble, they can trade, they can use best front-end technology.
Don't waste your time. Leave the technical analysis to us. You just play the game.
Right. Cool.
Question is, damn, that fair value gap. It really held up. And it's crazy that you marked that out. We're out here, man. And I think, I continue to chip away, but this is like, I want to expand my
my fucking skill set. You know what I'm saying? I want to have like an algorithm trading system going along with whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I think. I think I have an algo thing going on, and then I have my trading going on, but again, I just need to focus on my trading, getting cash flow. I need to be able to afford it, because the pricing is it's not cheap. Yeah, it's not cheap at all. But like if I paid $5,000 for the lifetime, 3,500, you know, that's whatever. I don't care. What's the difference between gold and dream pack? But I think we're good to go. Gonna end stream. Take it easy. By the way, P&L for the day is going to be 287 across 2 accounts, so about, you know, $550 or something like that. We'll see if we can get. I'll wait maybe a couple more minutes to see if we can get into one last trade before 1, I suppose. But we're out here. Oh yeah. He's got fuck you money. I hope you know that. Oh.
Good morning, traders. Douglas here. Another day of working on our out. So we'll see this trade work out shortly here.
Fib dot Nasdaq on the MACV. Target filled.
There you go. There's our first target. We're headed into that potential zone of resistance.
Harmonic pattern.
We're
Not
getting
short.
this big
Look for a
delta
short.
dump going on down here. So at this point in time, I'm feeling that after this dump that might be
Delta buy building.
the energy necessary to go back up and retest or break those highs. So I'm worried about price coming back, so I end up closing out. Attempted to work out here.
Interesting. There's some scams potentially about him.
What I'm showing you right now is Vinny Emini, aka Vincent Marchi, the creator of Algobox broker statement, which was available for download during a court case between himself and Trader Paradise. If you want to know more about the case, you can look at the discussion of it on this forum here. I will put the link in the description. I was waiting to see if anyone will shed light on this matter, but it is currently being swept under the rug, and I feel like this is vital information for those that are looking to purchase Algobox. Now, Vinny Emini like to threaten people with a lawsuit if they have anything bad to say about him online, much like the ones you see in these examples, which is why you rarely see Algobox review online, because most of the reviews were actually
Order
negative.
cancelled.
He also liked to, quote, expose other traders, other educators, basically anyone with a big name as a tactic to attract more attention towards his products. He even admitted on a now deleted Twitter account that he had made at least 1.3 million from doing so. Unfortunately for him, one of the people he tried to expose took him to court, and because of that, his personal information was leaked online. Now, the first thing I did after seeing this document was to check if the address on it was genuine. And sure enough, the house that Vinny always brag about in his posts and in his videos was the one that popped up. If we look at the details, we can see that the house was bought in 2019 for $950,000. It is not unreasonable to assume that the entirety of the payment came from his various pay subscriptions throughout the years, dating all the way back to 2016 when he was charging $500 a month for a seat in his online trading room. He then moved on to selling
Order
Algobox
submitted.
for $5,000 per unit, a product which is still heavily promoted today. As you can tell at this price point, it doesn't take a lot of sales for him to be able to afford a house like this. A house which he constantly used to create the illusion that he is a successful trader, when in reality his broker statement reveals that he had lost over $450,000 between 2016 and 2019 in his own personal trading account. The broker statement contained over 2,000 pages worth of trading on there, which you can go through on your own if you see dollar in net loss. After the broker statement was leaked, Vinny deleted his Twitter. What I'm showing you right now is Vinny Emini, aka Vincent Marchi, the creator of Algobox broker statement, which was available for download during a court case between himself and Trader Paradise. If you want to know more about the case, you can look at the discussion of it on this forum here. I will put the link in the description. I was waiting to see if anyone will shed light on this matter, but it is currently being swept under the rug, and I feel like this is vital information for those that are looking to purchase Algobox. Now, Vinny Emini like to threaten people with a lawsuit if they have anything bad to say about him online, much like the ones you see in these examples, which is why you rarely see Algobox review online, because most of the reviews were actually negative. He also liked to, quote, expose other traders, other educators, basically anyone with a big name as a tactic to attract more attention towards his products. He even admitted on a now deleted Twitter account that he had made at least 1.3 million from doing so. Unfortunately for him, one of the people he tried to expose took him to court, and because of that, his personal information was leaked online. Now, the first thing I did after seeing this document was to check if the address on it was genuine. And sure enough, the house that Vinny always brag about in his posts and in his videos was the one that popped up. If we look at the details, we can see that the house was bought in 2019 for $950,000. It is not unreasonable to assume that the entirety of the payment came from his various pay subscriptions throughout the years, dating all the way back to 2016 when he was charging $500 a month for a seat in his online trading room. He then moved on to selling AlgoBox for $5,000 per unit, a product which is still heavily promoted today. As you can tell at this price point, it doesn't take a lot of sales for him to be able to afford a house like this. A house which he constantly used to create the illusion that he is a successful trader, when in reality his broker statement reveals that he had lost over $450,000 between 2016 and 2019 in his own personal trading account. The broker's statement contained over 2,000 pages worth of trading on there, which you can go through on your own if you like. The link will be in the description. Luckily for us, however, Trader Paradise Lawyer Team have summarized a decade worth of trading into this one page. As you can see, Vinny E. Mini had never had a profitable trading year ever. In fact, he had accumulated almost $1 million in net losses over the span of this 10-year period. All this while using the product that he wants to sell you for $5,000 per unit. But if you wait, it'll go on discount every other month. After the broker statement was leaked, Vinny deleted his Twitter account along with countless YouTube videos where he claimed to be making money with his trading on that particular day. But if we were to cross-reference it with his broker statement, the numbers wouldn't match, which led me to believe that he was trading on a demo account for most of his live streams. The only way to know for sure that someone is making money doing a live stream is if we trade along with them and making money ourselves. I tried to do that with Vinny, but his streams are heavily delayed, which led me to believe also that he could be using delayed data for his live streams.
So I'm watching him live right now. As you can see, this is live, and this is the chart. I can already tell this is going to go up. It's going to take out this high because it already take out the high here. So the stream is delayed, so there's no way of telling whether or not he is actually trading live. Also, there is no way of trading along with him because he's only holding his trade for a couple of minutes at best, and he is a few minutes behind live market, so there's no way for me to track whether or not he is trading live.
Now, I'm certain that Vinny will sometime mix in real genuine trading into his streams to make his lives more convincing, but whenever he did that, it often ended in disastrous results, much like that time he got a margin call documented in this video here. I have seen many reports that Vinny would delete his stream if he performed badly in it, so that one time he got caught wasn't the only time it happened. I have also made a video over a year ago challenging anyone that's using AlgoBox to prove their profitability. To this date, only one person attempted to do that, and right now that person and Vinny are not on good terms. Despite the fact that his website suggested you would own AlgoBox for life if you have made the full payment, the reality is Vinny can take away your access at any given time for any reason at all, much like he did to Mike because Mike wasn't promoting AlgoBox enough. He will also ban any member who promote anything else outside of AlgoBox and throw a temper tantrum if you don't support his online presence. I have covered this topic extensively in one of my videos, but I want to reveal to you just how much lies and manipulations goes on in Vinny's chat room. After banning one of the active members in his Discord, he then deleted their interactions, created a duplicate account of that member, then posting in the chat, making it seem as if that member was leaving for a holiday, and he just never came back. He even reacted to himself, sending a heart emoji from his real account to his duplicate account, covering his tracks. This is comedic level of delusions.
What the
He had
fuck?
also been caught telling a member in his Discord to post sim results as if it was real money, so all the testimonies used level of delusions. He had also been caught telling a member in his Discord to post sim results as if it was real money, so all the testimonies you see or the profitable screenshots are not to be trusted. All this manipulation tactics and the threat of a lawsuit against any bad publicity had kept him in business for almost a decade, and if you're just looking at him from a glance, it's easy to be tricked into thinking that he's a profitable trader. I even thought that at one point. Many of his competitors have thought that. But if you look just a little bit closer, you will clearly see that he is a fraud.
Well, shit.
I gotta say, I'm incredibly excited to be a part of your firm. I mean, the clients you have are absolutely
Fuck the clients. Your only responsibility is to put meat on the table. Name of the game? Move the money from your client's pocket into your pocket.
right. But if you can make the clients money at the same time, it's advantageous to everyone. Correct?
No. Number one rule.
Algo box.
Nobody. I don't care if you're Warren Buffett or if you're Jimmy Buffett.
That's good to know. It's worth a try. It's free trial. Like I could definitely, I'll watch his course and then I'll try it. But yeah, fuck, that's sketchy.
Let's explore the headshot strategy from AlgoBox. The headshot is a technical setup that combines two AlgoBox elements. Flowmaster.
Fuck, we want out of here or what?
Let's break them down.
My stop will go here.
This indicator identifies potential reversal points using Fibonacci levels in Elliott wave patterns. Flowmaster event. This includes bubbles, alpha, omega crosses, or crosses, analyzing real-time order flow to highlight significant market activity. To be considered as a headshot setup, both the Fib belly dot and the Flowmaster cross should appear within 10 to 15 algo bars of each other, enhancing the potential signal's reliability. Here's a headshot setup in action. A Flowmaster cross appears on AlgoBox charts, then shows a green Fib belly dot suggesting a potential long opportunity. Traders may consider aligning with the signal's direction for a potential entry, ideally near the dot. For targets, on AlgoBars 1s to 3s, smaller ATM targets are common. On AlgoBars 5s and range bars, aim for target 1 around 15 ticks, and scale for runners depending on the order of operations and order flow strength. For risk, a stop may be placed behind the Fib belly dot / cross. If price breaks it, the setup may invalidate. And to master this concept, practice the headshot strategy in NinjaTrader's Market Replay to gain confidence and refine your approach. Start your 2-week free trial today and enroll in the 8-session boot camp to experience the full algorithm.
You know what? I'm going to
Subscribe and join our live sessions for ongoing strategy insights in real time. See you in the next video soon.
I don't know if I want in this.
Hi guys, welcome back to another Trendline Trading episode. Today
Hmm.
we're gonna go over how incredibly
God, she's fucking
important
hot,
the
dude.
criteria is. When everyone trades trend lines, they're thinking entries are the way to go. You're just trying to capture a break or a retest.
All right, well, ended there. Didn't get in. It would have been nice, but hmm.
Order canceled.
Call it for today. It just scared me almost, that video. Trade viz, go import this data. I don't like his attitude either. It's kind of makes me nervous. It's probably what he wants, right? Honestly, looks pretty good, but yeah, you missed the entry. I mean, would have been a good trade, but I missed the entry. I'm gonna call it there, guys. I'm gonna stray away from the automated strategy and just focus on my trading, discretionary trading, and I'll make my own algorithms. And I have a couple already, so that's how we will go about it. And that's how we're gonna rock and roll. You know, I have systems that work, so look at that, eh? It's just to go to show if I just keep doing what I'm doing, trading how I am, I'll be okay. There was confluence there. Yeah, that's perfect. Just how I like to see the market. Looks good. I wonder if there is actually yeah, that's good. This looks great. Super healthy. So opportunity for trades were there, and I capitalized on a little bit. Who knows, man? If this closes bullish 10 minutes in, it could. Let's look for another long position. God, it's hard to let it go, eh? But we'll see. But yeah, here's the stats. 1.52 profit factor. Win rate's only 58%, which is insane because I'm used to having like an 87% win rate, but I'm a little bit more sketchy when it comes to making the profits. But we're profitable so far. Base hits, I would say size down for tomorrow. Maybe only make one trade tomorrow. See if I can lock in a 125 tomorrow, and then on Monday I'll come in hard. And that's the plan. So that's kind of like how I like to trade. So yeah, we'll see. Definitely not going to overtrade tomorrow. Probably come back hard on Monday. Fresh legs, maybe Tuesday. Size down on a Friday. Interesting stuff today, though. I'm going to maybe do a live stream later tonight. I might go to the bank and try to get thing going. So yeah, my life's good.